Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at a classic combo, the Sturm with the Drang. Now this combo actually it is pretty good. They actually do pair together really well. Drang really nice for the closer range engagements, Sturm really nice for the longer range engagements. Sturm with the Catalyst, absolutely insane stats across the board for a 120. 90 range, 51 stability, and 70 handling. I think the 70 handling is the most insane part about Sturm. Combine that with Ophids, it's maxed out. We also have, again, Drang. So whenever we get a kill Drang, we're going to get Sturm supercharged bullets. So what we're going to do today for our Drang is, because it's mostly going to be used as a tool to charge our Sturm, we're going to go for a consistency roll here. We have moving target, buffing our aim assist and strafe speed. And then we also have Zen moment, so we get reduced flinch and reduced recoil and some extra stability as well. Accurized rounds for more range, full bore for max range, a range mastery, and throw on ballistics mod for even more range. Again, Ophids is going to max out the handling for Drang and Sturm, so we can switch back and forth between these really easily. We're going to play Voidwalker, so if we happen to get an ability kill, we're going to get some Devour, and we can kind of chain kills in a rapid succession. One thing with Sturm is that it doesn't have Precision Instrument, which is kind of a bigger deal in stuff like Trials, where, you know, people are sitting in rifts, they're team shotting, so the extra little bit of damage would be really nice, but it still has such crazy stats that it'll still get the job done. So without any further ado, guys, let's get straight in the gameplay. Alright, so we have a game in progress, which is not the biggest deal. We can definitely still make this work. Again, maybe we can soften them up with Sturm, and then if they happen to be low health when we challenge them, maybe we can finish them off with our Drang, so that we get the extra damage bullets for our Sturm. Any kills with any of the weapons will reload the other one, which is going to be really cool. So again, we get a kill with our Drang, we don't have to worry about reloading our Sturm instantly, so we can instantly use, you know, the supercharged Sturm bullets, which would be pretty cool. Challenge with the Drang, didn't quite finish him off. Whoa, this is some crazy build crafting here. Let's not worry about the strength on. And the Sturm has such crazy range, you can clean him up like that. It'd be kind of cool if Sturm gave Drang a buff, but Drang is only a legendary weapon, so obviously it kind of makes sense that it doesn't really buff Drang, but it would be nice. Alright. The Sturm feels so good on its own. It's one of those weapons where its base stats are so good, it doesn't really matter that if you're not using Drang, because the weapon feels so good already. 90 range, 70 handling, 51 stability. Such an amazing weapon in terms of stats. Definitely one of my all-time favorite 120s. So we can finish him up with the Drang. Okay, now we have an extra Sturm bullet, so now we can 2-tap with our Sturm if we hit our first headshot. The Sturm overcharged bullet does so much damage. Yeah, it was 89 damage body shot. We do get kind of cleaned up in the side, but that's okay. If nothing else, even if you don't hit the headshot, it is basically a guaranteed 3-tap, because it does basically headshot damage on a body shot with a Sturm bullet. Oh, we got teamed super hard. Sometimes you can definitely get barrel stuff by shotguns when you're using this loadout. Because you don't have like a special weapon to, you know, get a one-shot. But Drang does a good enough job at holding up in those closer range engagements. But now you got a Sturm overcharge. Let's see if we can get a nice little 2-tap. As you can see, just crazy damage if you have a Sturm overcharge. We can finish him up with the Drang. We did finish him up with the Drang. A little bit unfortunately we got some Blade Barrage, but definitely a good trade in my books. But if he didn't Blade Barrage, we would have a Sturm overcharge bullet for the next guy, which is pretty cool. I've also considered using the high zoom mod for Drang, because it would buff your aim assist at longer range. But I'm going to try it with ballistics here in this video, just so we can get the most actual range possible. God damn, these guys are ready. Good shots of Grax there. But I feel like most of the time you can just use Sturm as is, and then, you know, the Sturm overcharge bullets you get from a Drang kill are kind of just nice little cherries on top. Because Sturm is just that good. Let's get these orbs from our teammate. Nice little well there. I also love with Sturm, it has 12 bullets in the mag. It's very, very nice. I got 1 HP, get our Sturm overcharge. Oh yeah, that's a crazy nice little 2-tap there. Sturm feeling really good right there as well. I also love the gun model of Sturm. It's very sleek instead of like instead of the many like blocky 120s like Criminal Stagger. Such a beautiful exotic weapon. That guy's really weak. Oh, we missed him. That guy's weak as well from our Drang. Nah, he's a little bit too far. He's challenging with the Drang reliably. My Drang shop is definitely not like not the sharpest, because I'm not like the biggest sidearm guy, but still. They were still pretty strong. Even if you're not like the best with sidearms, they can still be pretty consistent up close. Let's see, maybe clean this guy up with a Drang. To get the final blow. Let's drop a healing go so you don't die. That throwing knife kind of registered late on us. Wait, yeah, we're kind of getting teamed here. We got the Nova Bomb here. Nice. Let's back up here. We're gonna get teamed. Let's get up here in the high ground. Oh, I cannot track that guy who's kind of teleporting. Jump up blade melee. Got a Drang overcharge or Sturm overcharge. That guy's a little bit too close. We only body shot him for 89. Drang that guy. Then we can Sturm the next guy. Oh, we had an overshield, so we actually lived the 2-tap. But it did let us 3-tap him even though we had overshield, which is pretty nice. Again, if my Drang shot was a little bit better, this loadout would be so much better. Like, if you're on a controller, I think this loadout would be even a little bit more consistent, because sidearms, the visual recoil isn't quite as big of a deal on a controller. Yeah. That was some bad Drang shots. We did get the trade, but I not the greatest, but I really do like this combo. Let's get another game in here in a second. Nice little combo there. Nice. Alright. So yeah, definitely still like a viable and fun combo to use even in today's day and age. I think what really carries this combo for me, honestly, is Sturm. If Sturm at base wasn't so damn good, I think this would definitely be a little bit more gimmicky, but because Sturm is so good on its own, it really makes this combo stand out. Drang is good on its own too, but at least for me, or if you're like on mouse and keyboard, Drang is just not going to be nearly as consistent, but I know the most, or the majority of players are like on console, like either Xbox or PlayStation, or they're like playing controller on PC. So I think for the majority of people, Drang is like an amazing weapon anyway. So it's kind of like an amazing weapon with another amazing weapon. So still a great combo even today. So thank you guys for watching the video. I'll catch you guys next time.